Hi guys, your boy Stone here. Ça fait exactement 2 semaines que j'ai été inactif, que ce soit sur Facebook et sur YouTube. Et avant de commencer, je tiens à vous présenter mes excuses pour cela parce que je sais que j'ai une responsabilité envers vous. Je remercie aussi toutes ces personnes qui m'ont écrit pour me demander « Mais où est-ce que tu es passé ?» Merci du fond du cœur. Peut-être on parlera des raisons pour lesquelles j'ai été absent pendant tout ce temps, un jour dans une vidéo. Mais avant de commencer aussi, j'aimerais vous dire que le format d'Idiomatic Monday sera un peu différent de ceux que vous avez eu à connaître dans le passé. Pourquoi? Parce que j'essaie un peu d'innover et j'espère que ça va vous plaire. La vidéo d'aujourd'hui sera essentiellement en anglais. Je vais expliquer l'expression en anglais et je vais donner son équivalent en français. J'espère que l'idée va vous plaire. De toute façon, si elle vous plaît ou pas, vous savez quoi faire. Vous me le faites savoir en commentaire. Là, je pourrais continuer à le faire en français, donnant l'équivalent en anglais. Et aussi, j'ai l'intention de faire d'autres vidéos sur d'autres sujets, toujours concernant l'anglais, l'apprentissage de l'anglais, la connaissance de l'anglais. Je vous invite également à me proposer des sujets en commentaire. Voilà, c'était tout pour ces petites annonces. Je vous invite maintenant à me suivre dans la vidéo. Okay guys, welcome once more to this video, and as stated previously, we're going to do this video in English. So today we're going to see two expressions that I particularly like. You all know I like expressions, but these ones, I like them, and one of them is closely related to the situation we're actually facing. You know what I'm talking about. The first expression of today is to look for a needle in a haystack. To look for a needle in a haystack. It's an expression we use in a situation where you're looking for something really tiny. Like we all know a needle is something very tiny. It's a really tiny object. You look for something really small in a very big environment, in a very big space. Or you look for something that doesn't exist. Like to look for a needle in a haystack, it's quite impossible, right? And the equivalent of the expression in French is chercher une aiguille dans une botte de foin. But a precision I would like to make concerning this expression is you might want to say, rather than saying to look for a needle in a haystack, you might say to look like a needle in a haystack. And it doesn't mean the same. To look for a needle, it actually means you are looking for something. But to look like a needle, it means looking like a needle. It means looking small, looking really little. If you say someone looks like a needle in a haystack, it means that person is insignificant, that their voice doesn't matter in a certain situation or in a certain environment. Okay, the origin of this expression comes from the book of the Spanish author Miguel Cervantes in his well-renowned book, Don Quixote de la Mancha. So if you want to meet the original version of this expression, I invite you to go to that book. Chapter 3, I guess. Yeah, no, the third part, chapter 10. Yeah, that's where you meet the original version of this expression. Okay, now that you know the expression to look for a needle or to look like a needle in a haystack, let's take an example using the expression. I'm kind of like a needle in a haystack right now because I haven't blown yet. Je suis un peu comme une aiguille dans une botte de foin parce que je ne suis pas encore populaire. Okay, though remember that for the example we just saw, I used to look like a needle in a haystack. I didn't use to look for a needle in a haystack. As I said, you might want to use either of them, and each has a different meaning. To look for and to look like a needle in a haystack. Now, without wasting any more time, let's jump to the next expression of today. Okay, so I told you from the beginning of the video, one of the expressions we're going to see today has something to do with the current situation. I was referring to the situation in the US. You all know what's going on right there, and I want to emphasize on that. So this second expression is to add insult to injury. To add insult to injury. It actually means to make a bad situation worse. Like a situation is already bad in itself. It's already bad per se, but you actually do something to make it worse. And the equivalent of this expression in French is ajouter l'insulte à l'injustice. Ajouter l'insulte à l'injustice. So the origin of this expression goes back to very long time. We're talking of ancient Rome with Aesope, who was an author, I guess, a Greek author. Yeah, there was this guy in ancient Rome who translated his work, and you can find the original version of this expression in The Bold Man and the Fly of Aesop. That's a tale of Aesop, actually. So if you want to find the original version, if you want to read the original version of to add insult to injury, then you might want to read that tale of Aesop. Now, check this out. Before we actually take an example using the expression, check this out. So in a country, a black man, I can say black man because I'm black too, is murdered by a policeman, okay? And the black community rise up and they start to riot. And you have the president of that country, instead of trying to settle the situation, he actually threatens to send the cops and to send the National Guard to bully, like to oppose a violent repression to the mob. That's actually a situation where you can use this expression. He's actually adding insult to injury because the black community is actually very much injured, and instead of healing them, instead of appeasing them, he's like, well, adding insult to injury. That was just a bracket. Now let's jump to an example using this expression. One of my classmates stole my money, and when I asked him, instead of him apologizing, he beat me up, thus adding insult to injury. L'un de mes camarades a volé mon argent et lorsque je le lui ai demandé, au lieu de s'excuser, il m'a battu, ajoutant ainsi l'insulte à l'injustice. Okay guys, that's it. You have two new expressions, I guess, because I also guess some of you already knew these two expressions. You know their origin, you know some situations where you can use, some appropriate situations where you can use these expressions. So that's it for this Idiomatic Monday. I hope you learned something. I hope you're satisfied, and I hope you're forgiven me for my absence, for my long absence. And I promise more educational, more interesting content for the future. And I invite you, as usual, to put your examples or sentences using this expression you've just seen in the comment section. And I also invite you to click on the like button. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to my channel so as not to miss any of my next videos. And what else? That was my first video in English. I feel so, well, I have this feeling of achievement, and I'm proud of you because I'm doing it for you. So see you next week, or probably before next week, because as I promised, I'll be doing more videos about more topics. But do remember that you're the one suggesting this topic. So see you for the next video. Feel safe and ciao.